This is a prophetic news update from the 26th of February 2025. I hear these words: temporary seizure of bank accounts might be the best way to arrest and defend the Constitution. That's for America. I hear kidnapping humans is becoming a sport. Pretty sad story. On the lead up to Ramadan, coming up on the 1st of March, we are just coming to the end of phase A of the negotiations for the hostages to be released. I think there's still another 60, 30 dead, 30 may be alive still in Gaza. They've released 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 bodies, and 6 living hostages have come back. They're expecting a few more in the next couple of days, but there's a delay given that there's been another terror attack in Israel. It's amplifying, escalating the conflict even further. On the tail end of Nasrallah's death and Ramadan coming up, 4 buses were bombed, and so the IDF are going into Judea and Samaria to do clearing exercises and increase their presence, the conflict with the Iraqi militias, Syria on the border, Lebanon, Hezbollah on the tail end of the funeral of Nasrallah, with Iran, the proxies in southern Lebanon, and also Palestine, which is continuing to be a conflict zone, unresolved, and may end up becoming, if they don't enter into the second phase, which is to remove Hamas from the government of Palestine, as one of the conditions that Israel has for continuing the ceasefire and for brokering a peace deal, then the peace deal ceasefire may fail and they will be back at war with Palestine and Gaza. And so that's escalating tensions around the world. With Germany's election now passed, the borders are going to remain open and there'll be more refugees from the Middle East coming into Germany to inflame conflict in Germany. Australia today, there has been a protest in a school, which is unusual. We don't see this sort of thing really. I know that it's been trickling down. Weekly there have been protests every Sunday in the city, and the effect of that now, the pro-Hamas protests for the last 18 months, has generated a grassroots movement, which is including children now. So today there's been a protest in Granville with children chanting over the fences to pro-Hamas, pro-Hezbollah, and to release into mainstream population and complete freedom a teacher who has been suspended with regard to supporting the nurses who made anti-Semitic comments, death threats even, on a live viral video about 2 weeks ago in New South Wales. So everything is amplifying in these days leading up to Ramadan, which is what we should expect, that it's a prophecy that God is going to bring judgment against his people, and now is the time to repent. I've seen a fountain, a water fountain in a garden, and that's from Zechariah 13, relates to that God is going to open up now a fountain in Jerusalem for the cleansing for sin of his people. But those who do not repent and receive the cleansing, there's judgment coming for you, and it's coming in all the corners of the Western Hemisphere, which is up until now have been the allies of Israel, supporters of Israel. So we're by no means at the end of this conflict. It's just beginning to amplify and continue to become more serious. So I see Sudan is ready to launch missiles. They're part of the Psalm 83 Gog Magog alignment that comes against Israel as the judge of God's people. And so this is to be expected. The Houthis are still shooting at American targets, and America is deciding how they will treat these enemy actors, terrorist organizations who are operating in partnership with Hezbollah, Iran, the Islamic Revolution, and Hamas Palestine under the headship of Russia. And so these are the other words that I see. I see incompetence, irreconcilable differences, the divorce, and a military dictatorship with the pride flag and the LGBTQ IA flag in a rainbow, the pride rainbow, military dictatorship. That's causing problems with the administration of America. One of the other problems, not just the unbalanced budgets and the waste and fraud in government spending, there is a lot of insubordination happening now. So the judges are causing problems, blocking Trump's policies